Well, this morning, lawmakers will try to solve Connecticut's housing shortage.
They're meeting for a special session both today and tomorrow. Your reporter Taylor Knight live at the state capitol in Hartford, breaking down this new proposed housing bill. So dive deeper for us here, Taylor. What does it mean?
Well, right now, the average rent in the state of Connecticut is $2,000 per month. Lawmakers here know that there needs to be more affordable housing options, and they're considering a bill that would do just that. The bill being considered in this special session is called the bipartisan compromise. It would make the process to convert commercial buildings more streamlined. It would also scale back on parking lot requirements for some multi-unit buildings. But this isn't the first time state lawmakers have tried to solve the housing issue. Legislation requiring towns to build more housing was voted on and approved earlier this year, but the governor vetoed it. There was a lot of pushback from city and town leaders worried about losing local control, and the governor agreed. In this special session, lawmakers are also considering bills that would reduce costs for working families here in Connecticut and revitalize Waterbury Hospital. Your reporter in Hartford, Taylor Knight, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.